Okay, thanks everybody for coming to our Introduction to Oils class. We're so really, truly excited to have you here. My name's Annette Jones, and I'll be one of your presenters tonight, along with Cedar Winters, which most of you probably know. I know she's working with a lot of you. And we also have Tana Jones here. She is another person. Did I say Cedar Jones? That is so funny. Oh, no.
No, you said Winters.
That's funny. Tana Jones is going to also be helping. And just wanted to welcome everybody and thank you guys for taking some time tonight to learn a little bit more about something that we are super passionate about. We'll go ahead, and as people are finding the chat box and saying hello, we're going to go ahead and start with a quick video. Just kind of give you an overview and an introduction. Oh, you know what? Hang on one second. An overview and an introduction to essential oils. So let me reshare this 1 second. All right, here we go.
Right from the beginning, having a completely pure essential oil was everything to us. Essential oils that you purchase on the open market today are either going to be synthetic or they're going to be engineered. Our focus was that you can't improve on Mother Nature and you shouldn't try.
We knew that we had to find a better way. We had to ensure the purity, the potency of these essential oils coming from the plant. We had to make sure that we became the stewards of nature, that they became unchanged as nature produces them.
It wasn't something that we just thought about that was clever or what would happen if we did this. We really felt like that this was a path that we needed to follow, we wanted to follow, but that was really needful in the marketplace.
I had always been looking for more of a natural form of healthcare after I had kids because I was shocked at the lack of resources that there were as a parent.
Every mom wants everything for their kids. So to have the trust in a product that's not only 100% safe, but 100% effective is priceless.
We are interested in having the purest, most powerful, most potent, highest quality essential oils that you can have. But in the process, we're also very interested in doing good in the world.
I realized that these oils have a mission that goes far beyond any of us, that they were put on this earth for a purpose, for our healing. It's an amazing vehicle that we have to allow individuals to recognize their value.
So it's a whole lifestyle, a whole mindset, and I'm so grateful that I've started to shift to a healthier lifestyle. And having the essential oils, it's empowering.
Physicians who become more and more aware of the therapeutic potency of these essential oils as we move toward the future of modern healthcare, will begin utilizing them in the clinical setting.
That is what it's all about. It's not about personal wealth or personal achievements. There's something we can do here to help, to give back.
No other industry has the ability to connect people together and provide an opportunity for them to help each other. Just this whole community that has come together.
I knew deep in my heart that we could make something new and different with doTERRA, and it would truly be something I would be proud of.
I just think the whole planet is being lifted by this company, and it makes it so easy to be passionate because I know that every step of the way, it's lifting someone.
It's good.
It's blessing someone. It's a light to someone.
Some people are asking the question, is the dream already done? And I think about that all the time, and I have to say there has never been another time in the history of doTERRA where the dream has been more alive than it is now.
What really needs to be understood is that our model is really focused on two things. It's focused on getting the best and helping the most.
That's our goal, that's our objective, is to make everyone a better human being. With that, they start to dream again. They go out in the world, they do great things. Pretty soon, the impact is happening with millions of lives.
All right. So I love watching that video. I love showing that at the beginning of the class because that just gives us kind of a big picture of who doTERRA is and what they stand for and what they have to offer to you. Our goal tonight is to empower you, to help you know, just a few amazing things about essential oils that you can then take and tell your spouse or your friends or your family as you're incorporating them into your life and into your health regimens and to address some of your health concerns. We're going to make sure you know a couple of ways to use them safely and effectively, and how to get them into your homes if that's what's the next right step for you. The first thing we're going to go over is we're going to learn the 3 cool things about essential oils, and Cedar is actually going to take us through this section.
Yes, hi everyone. So I'm Cedar. It's nice to meet you guys and see my face, and I'm excited to see you guys and meet you. So there are 3 really cool things about essential oils we want to teach you about tonight. And the first one is that they're 100% natural and safe. There's absolutely nothing added or taken away. There's no no dangerous side effects and no addictions. Breaks my heart when I ever hear people who have family members or are personally struggling with the addictions, that so many medications and the bad side effects that come from lots of things. And that just breaks my heart, and I'm grateful that this is a safe option, that we don't have to worry about that stuff. It's safe for babies, kids, elderly, adults, everyone. It's extracted from plants and has amazing health benefits. They are in essential oil form. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So just really, really potent. I just love it. So most of you got some peppermint in the mail, and go ahead and grab that. Oh, mine's right here. So peppermint is one of my favorite oils. What we're going to do with it is take a drop and put it in your hand, or you can dip your finger in the Mylar bag. So 1 drop in your hand. Then you're going to take your finger. I'm going to use my thumb just because the angle's easier, and put it on the roof of your mouth. And breathe it in real fast. I always feel like I can feel my breath. I can feel it start cooling and go down my throat. Type in the chat box what you feel like it feels to you. I love the cool feeling. It's strong, yeah, definitely. I'm glad you enjoy. I also really love it. Great way to have some fresh minty breath. I feel awake. Peppermint's very energizing. So peppermint is a 1 drop of peppermint. The 1 drop we just put on our finger is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Isn't that crazy? That's how potent essential oils are. And peppermint is one that, like it says on the screen, it's energizing. It opens airways. It's great it's one of our allergy oils. If you have asthma, great for digestive issues. Wonderful relief from headaches and helps with migraines, calms upset stomachs and fevers. We love having a spray bottle of this when we're traveling or summertime, and we like to spray it on ourselves to help cool down. So peppermint is definitely one that we use in a ton of different ways. And one of the reasons we can use it internally is because of the certified pure therapeutic grade. So as I'm telling you about that, go ahead and breathe it in. You can just smell it. It's so yummy. So this certified pure therapeutic grade is the CPTG standard, which means it's pure and potent. Pure, absolutely no foreign contaminants or fillers. Potent means it's grown in the part of the world where the plant is indigenous, resulting in the very best chemistry makeup of the plant. And the reason the ideal chemistry is important is we want the oil or the plant to do exactly what we're expecting it to, right? And so when the chemistry and we have all the chemical constituents, we know it's really going to do what we're expecting it to do. And the reason this is important is because lots of essential oils out in the market have fillers in them. This certified pure therapeutic grade is the highest quality on the market, and only doTERRA can claim this for every single oil, which is just amazing. They spare no expense in making sure they have the best and are able to source it ethically and help the economies where they source from, and they don't build plants or anything. They go in and just work with the growers who are local, and not only is it ethical in the production of it, but they know they have the purest oils, and they're rigorously tested by doTERRA as well as third parties every single batch. So it's you can trust it and be confident in what you're buying. So that's the first cool thing about essential oils. And the second is that it's more effective. So right here, we have a cell, and anyone who's in the medical field, thank you so much for all your hard work, especially in our crazy, crazy world we have right now. This is going to sound super elementary, so bear with me, but I'm going back to biology 101. So this picture of the cell has an oily cell membrane, which is like the skin of your cell, and bacteria is on the outside, viruses are on the inside. Now, when you go to the doctor and they tell you have a bacterial infection of some sort, bacteria, what do they tell you to do? They give you a prescription, go get some antibiotics. 7 to 10 days later, it's cleared up, as well as wreaking havoc on your gut, your hormones, your immune system, all sorts of stuff. So there's some pros and cons, right? Viruses, on the other hand, no one wants to be told they have a virus because the doctor can't really do anything, right? They tell you go home, sleep, rest, drink lots of fluids, pray it goes away. That's because modern recommendations are water synthetic based medicines, and they can't actually permeate the cell membrane. Essential oils, on the other hand, can, because they're oil, right? Oil and water don't mix. So we really are grateful that essential oils are able to work at a cellular level without negative side effects or addictions, and can combat bacteria and viruses and prevent the duplication of the viruses on the inside and outside of the cell. Now, right here we have On Guard. Now, this is what we have used forever, but particularly this year when it comes to our immune system. This is our protective blend. I use it every single day on the bottom of my feet, as well as my little baby's feet. It's also something I keep in my keychain. Never go anywhere without this. It's super handy. It holds 10 of my most commonly used oils in these just little vials, and so it's perfect for on the go, and I keep it in my diaper bag, so I don't go anywhere without it. But On Guard is fabulous for soothing sore throats. It helps kill germs. I love the sanitizing mists that doTERRA offers, and the cleaning products and the toothpaste of On Guard. It's just great for cleaners and all sorts of things, and as well as helping our immune system. So it's an all-in-one oil, and I'm just so grateful for it. So that is a little bit on how it's more effective than modern recommendations. Now, our third thing is it's cheaper than traditional medical care. Now, this sounds crazy, but let me explain. Go ahead and throw in your chat box, the chat box, what your copay is. I think mine, $10, $25, whatever it is. Let's see if we can find the lowest one. Everyone tell me what theirs is. $15. Oh, $0. You're the winner, right? Well, let me explain how it's even cheaper than $0 copay. So whenever you get sick, first off, everyone does this. You have to debate on whether going to the doctor is really worth it or it's necessary. And when it is necessary, 100% go. We are not against doctors. We understand there is a time and place for them, and we are so grateful for that resource and the medical knowledge we have in our world today. So definitely go to a doctor if you really need to. But it does take time and money. You have to drive there. You often have to take off work and school. You have to sit in the waiting room, which none of us want to do, especially right now. You have to get a prescription to your antibiotics, or worse, they tell you to go home, right? So you go to the pharmacy, then you get to come home and you're finally done. Well, my little baby had an ear infection a couple months ago, and what we did was take some lavender and tea tree, which is on the screen, and we rubbed it behind her ear with some coconut oil. And we did that a couple times throughout the day. And by evening time, she's acted completely better. She'd stopped crying when she nursed. She'd stopped tugging on her ear. She'd taken a good long nap finally. And we were just so grateful we had something on hand. Well, all of that cost about 64 cents. And that's less than the gas it would cost you to drive to the doctor. And we had it on hand. We didn't have to wait. As soon as we realized, oh, I think she has an ear infection, we whipped out the oils and it was right there. I had it on hand. I had so much mom peace from being able to address pretty much 80% of anything that comes up in my home. I just am so grateful for that. And now I just got to highlight some of these oils on here. So tea tree, super great antiviral, fungal, and antibacterial. It's good for acne, skin irritations and rashes, cold sores and canker sores. I put it right on wherever it is and it hits it for me just like that. Sore throats, I actually drop it straight down my throat. Some people think that's gross because it's not the greatest flavor in the world, but I feel it's very effective. It's great for cleaning and disinfecting. Lavender is totally the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. It's great for calming, anxiety, sleep, great for burns. It's also a natural antihistamine. So if you're one with allergies, put that on your wish list and remember lavender. I call my essential oils my free medical care because I'm so grateful for it. And it really does save me hundreds and hundreds of dollars and gives me a lot of peace of mind that I have them and are able to address the majority of my health concerns and not bother going to the doctor or taking the resources and time that we're asked to save for other more important things at the moment. So those are the 3 cool things: safer, more effective, and cheaper.
Oh, thank you. You were so efficient in telling us about all of that. Thank you, Cedar, so much. I know that's a lot of information to digest right up front. So just remember, they're all natural and safe, they're inexpensive, and they're oftentimes more effective. That's the 3 things you need to remember. Tannen is going to now talk to us about how you actually use essential oils, and then we'll dive into a few specifics about some of your health concerns, and we'll talk about those as we go through this section too. Go ahead, Tannen.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Tannen. So I'm going to tell you the 3 cool ways that we use essential oils and how they're used. So the first one is aromatically. It's the fastest way to access the brain. And it's done by literally just breathing it in. And we did that a little bit earlier with some of the peppermint by bringing it in, putting it on our fingers. Go ahead and pinch this part of your nose right up here. It's called your olfactory nerve. Now don't, because you look silly. No, I'm just kidding. So that's called your olfactory nerve. That in as little as 30 seconds of breathing in a synthetic compound, the olfactory nerve is triggered and it sends signals to your body to help relax and feel euphoric. And so it's the quickest way up to your brain. We're going to do another little breathing exercise. Everybody in your samples, grab your wild orange. This, I call this my happy oil. So go ahead and put 1 drop in your palm, just like that, and rub it together. And then go ahead and cup your hands over your nose and breathe in really deeply. And just breathe in that oil. In the chat box, tell me what you're kind of feeling or what you think about the smell.
Try and think of somebody you're mad at and breathe that and see if you can still.
I love that exercise. Think of someone you could be mad at and then breathe in wild orange and watch yourself be a little less angry. It's amazing. Yes, so I call this my happy oil. It's very stress relieving and it actually helps with some anxiety and depression. It's also energizing and really invigorating, so it's really good when you need a mood lift or when you need to kind of wake up a little bit. If I'm feeling tired, peppermint and a wild orange are my go-tos to pep myself up and to wake me up a little bit. Okay, so a couple other things that are interesting about using oils aromatically. It cleanses the air, so you can diffuse it into the air, and it'll cleanse the air around you, as well as support your respiratory system. So, kind of some fun things with that. The second cool
you started telling us about the olfactory nerve, but didn't really tell us what it did. Did you?
Yeah. think so.
Oh, well.
Well,
I
no,
thought we just...
tell them about like laughing gas and stuff, you know, and go a little more in detail, because I think that really hit it home for me, because I used oils for a long time without fully understanding how aromatically it worked.
Yeah, so just an example of how the olfactory nerve, I guess, works and how powerful it is when you go like get dental work, or when you go get, you know, when you have surgery or something, they always, what do they do to like knock you out? They put what is that, anesthesia before surgery, and so they put a gas over your nose, and that breathing in, I guess, the gas or whatever it is. Anesthesia it's the quickest way to get to your brain, and so it really is. That's how doctors do it. So
well, I just think it's
the example you're wanting. Or
well, yeah, I think it's really interesting, because you know, I thought when I first started taking oils or using oils, I got that, you know, putting them right on my skin, and I even got taking them internally. But breathing, I just thought it were just like smelled good. Like I never understood how it really made a physical effect, and understanding that when the oil passes through that olfactory nerve, just like you were saying in your example, with the anesthesia or something like that, we don't realize how quickly that your olfactory nerve communicates with your limbic system, which sends messages throughout your whole body, and it can tell you to relax, it can tell you to be happy, it can help you to you know, all these different things, you know, not be anxious, a lot of emotional I mean, anytime you're using essential oils for emotional things as well as physiological things, that is a really quick way. And I just think it's fascinating how even just breathing an essential oil can have that physical effect. It's really cool. And I mean, just like the example you gave with the laughing gas, that instead of giving you a shot, they do it through there because it's the quickest way to get your body to respond, right? So it's kind of cool.
Yes, thank you so much for that.
Well, and there's a couple of ways you can actually do it aromatically, right?
Yeah, I was just about to go into that. So like we kind of mentioned before, you can diffuse it. doTERRA has diffusers specifically. You can get them other places, but we recommend how doTERRA makes them. So diffusing it in the air where you can breathe it and it kind of fills the room. It can affect other people who breathe it in, so it's a little bit more widespread, as well as it's easy to put lots of oils together, so you make kind of a blend, your own blend of oils depending on what you're wanting. And another great way, and kind of the quickest and easiest, is just open the bottle and breathe it right in. Like it's so simple, it's so strong, and it really is. That's honestly the most effective way. If I just need a quick little, I just need to breathe this in, I just go, I don't even worry about putting it on my hands or anything like that. So I love just smelling it right out of the bottle.
I like Cedar's example of using a diffuser. Cedar, will you tell your story?
My sleeping one?
Yes.
Yes. So diffusers, I love how they affect the whole room. My husband was not sleeping well. I'm a crazy sleeper, and he was stressed. So between me being crazy and sleeping and him stressed, he was not sleeping well. But I just started diffusing lavender in our bedroom, and I diffuse stuff all the time, so it wasn't really that unusual, but I had not been very consistent at it or using lavender particularly. So after a couple of days, my husband jokingly, he had caught on, but jokingly asked, "Are you drugging me?" And I was like, "Yeah, with lavender, is it working?" And it really was. So it was just funny that it took even him a couple of days to realize it was helping. But I really like lavender, even in our baby's room right now. I think I can tell the difference when we do diffuse it versus not, and it definitely helps her sleep.
I like that story. Sorry, Tana, to interrupt your what you're saying, but I like that story because one of the things I think it is encouraging is if you have people in your family that you want to get the positive effects of an essential oil for, you know, maybe their mood, or maybe they're not feeling well, but they're not really excited about using the oils, you can diffuse it and it affects more than one person, and because anybody in the room can get those aromatic effects. But you can also, you know, it's a good way to give oils to a resistant person, right? And they can have those effects. Sorry, go ahead, Tannen.
You're fine. Any other things about aromatically before we move on? Or okay,
I
great.
like the hand cupping one. The way we did the hand.
Mm-hmm.
that's a way to do it aromatically. So, and I also like to swipe it right under my nose, which is kind of topically and aromatically, but anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so she mentioned topically, which is the second way that we use it. So topically is applying oils directly to the skin. Oils are safe for all ages, but you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil for children and people who have sensitive skin. It's just as effective. It doesn't dilute the oil at all. It just spreads it out a little bit, and so it takes a little longer sometimes for the oil's effects to take effect. But you get all the health benefits even when diluted a bit with fractionated coconut oil. A great way that I love using it, using topically, is just to rub some oils on the bottom of your feet. This is great for anybody who is a little overwhelmed by the smells and aromas of oils. And so if you put it on the bottom of your feet, one thing, it helps with the smell, and the second is that your feet have the biggest pores on the body, in your whole body, so it actually absorbs the oils a lot faster than anywhere else in your body. So we would totally recommend rolling it on the bottom of your feet to help with getting into your body, as well as if the smells are a little crazy for you, that's the best way to use them without dealing with the smells as much.
Speaking of smells, another trick when it comes to smells is if you have an oil that you don't like the smell of, and it's not one that you can take internally or that you need on a specific area, like someplace for pain, because when you're dealing with pain, you want to get it targeted right on the area of concern. You can layer it with a citrus oil. So putting on citrus bliss or wild orange or something like that, you can put on top of an oil, and it helps to mask the smell. So I think that's really a good tip.
Yeah, I love that. And just to kind of highlight, one of my favorite oils that we use topically is Deep Blue. And so Deep Blue, it's a blend of essential oils that is super good with achy muscles and sore muscles, even like physical injuries. When I was in high school, I had a really bad back injury, and it would make my legs go numb, and I had to see a chiropractor. Like, it was super painful, and I would make sure that I rubbed Deep Blue on my back and the pit where it hurt, and it just relieved so much pressure off of my muscles and off of all my joints. So I really feel like this really allowed my body to relax and feel strong enough to start healing again, which was such a huge thing for me. And I've so many other people that have used this, we've heard so many great stories about. It's really great for swelling too. I love using Deep Blue in combination with copaiba, which copaiba is the most anti-inflammatory substance in the entire world. So in the entire world. So I put Deep Blue on, and then I rub some copaiba right on top of it, and you just rub it in together, mix it all on your skin. You get the benefits from the Deep Blue or any other oil you combine with copaiba, and then copaiba just adds that anti-inflammatory, and it also, copaiba also enhances the health effects of oils as well. So it's an enhancement.
And I actually like to do it the opposite. I like to put copaiba on first. And the reason why is because the lotion of the Deep Blue kind of seals in the copaiba. So if you use copaiba first and put that directly on the skin, and then use the Deep Blue rub. If you were doing the oil to oil, I don't think it matters. But when you're using the lotion rub, the copaiba first is really effective. And so any of you that have arthritis, back pain, fibromyalgia, any of those kind of pain, this is one of the oils you're going to want to keep on your wish list, along with that copaiba that Tannen mentioned, because those are going to be your biggies of the things that are going to give you relief. And I saw in the chat someone had asked, what is a substitution for birch oil? So birch oil is an oil that is available on occasion through doTERRA, but since it is such an expensive oil to source, they actually cannot carry it regularly. Usually if they have it available, they offer it once a year usually. So it is one that's really difficult to get your hands on. And if you see it really commonly or inexpensively somewhere else, a good chance is it's not actually birch oil.
It's diluted, or
yeah.
it's not actually birch.
Or it's not actually birch. But some of the substitutions, this soothing blend is one of the substitutions for birch oil. The other two substitutions are wintergreen and cypress, none of which can be taken internally. So if you're using it for tooth pain, you're just going to want to use it on the outside of your jaw, or like your around your jaw, or on your face, to address that tooth pain, not putting it internally inside your mouth. Okay. Sorry, Tana.
Yes. No, you're fine. Thank you. So the third way to use essential oils is internally. And so we kind of had some questions about that in the chat box, and I hope I can help answer some of these questions for you. So internally, sometimes, so doTERRA oils are not only safe to use internally, but it's recommended. Their CPG standard, which is the medical grade, are completely safe to ingest, unlike most other brands. So you can put them in your mouth. You can put them in water and drink them. I love putting lemon and grapefruit in my water, like just in my water bottle every morning. It's my favorite thing to put in there. doTERRA also has these nifty little things. They're called veggie caps. And so they're like a little pill almost looking thing. You can open it up and you can drop oils inside of them and then put, a mixture of whatever you want. And you put the lid back on and then you can swallow it. And then you don't get all the, sometimes too many oils or certain oils can be really hard to swallow, or it's like, whoa, really overwhelming. Like imagine that peppermint we put in our mouth, but like times a lot by how many other oils you're trying to swallow. So this is really good for if you're using trying to ingest lots of oils, as well as people who don't love the taste of them. It's really good, an easy way to ingest it.
And can I add right there, as you're talking about, sometimes you taking multiple oils internally, we say that there's no dangerous side effects. You can overload your body with too much in a day. That could give yourself a little bit of an upset stomach, or maybe give yourself some diarrhea. So even though those aren't harmful side effects, those are just like, it's like eating too many cherries, right? Or something like that. But so the recommended daily dose, it is not to exceed more than 24 drops of any combination of essential oils on a daily basis. That's the recommendation from Dr. Hill, which is the Chief Medical Officer of doTERRA. So just to keep that in mind when you're thinking of internal use, right?
Yeah, totally. So, and just to kind of talk a little bit about some of my, some oils that you can ingest, and some of my favorites personally, I said, mentioned lemon and grapefruit. Grapefruit is great for your metabolism, as well as it's a citrus, so you get the benefits of a citrus oil. Lemon is super good for like an internal cleanse. It cleanses your liver out. So if you're trying to, you're going on a diet, it's really great to start out with lemon. Or if you just want to help kind of cleanse your body out, lemon is just good to have every day. I mean, it's not going to do terrible things to your gut, but it definitely helps to clean your.
It's a very gentle detox.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. It is very gentle. Slim and Sassy, it supports your metabolism and it balances your blood sugar. So this is doTERRA's, like, I don't want to say diet, but it is kind of like it helps with your food intake, and helps with your cravings. So I love the Slim and Sassy oil, as well as the shake. The shake powder is really cool. Digestion is really good. This is the specific blend for a lot of stomach and gut issues. It's really relaxing and it soothes an upset stomach. It seriously can be a lifesaver, and it works. For me, at least, it works like immediately. I love it.
That's one you always want to have in your keychain, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Lime, very similar to lemon. It is a very gentle detox, and it's really good for your immune system. Peppermint, we've kind of talked a little bit already, and we've used it internally, which is great. Very cleansing, helps with digestion as well, and respiratory function. So peppermint is kind of like the jack of all trades. Peppermint has so many uses.
Do you want to tell about the supplemental facts on the bottle, just to?
Yes. So I think Joy had this question, and we kind of answered it earlier, but let me look. I don't know which one has one.
Well, if you have wild
Your
orange.
wild orange or peppermint will.
Do they both?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, here, I've got one right here.
I was gonna say here.
Sorry, now I'm not finding it.
That's okay. I've
yeah,
got one
go
right
ahead.
here. So if you're ever wondering which oils you can use internally, if you look on your doTERRA bottle, you'll see a supplemental facts. It looks just like a nutrition label. And that's the signal that if you, just like a quick reference signal, that this is safe to be taken internally. There are some blends and even a couple of our single oils that are not recommended for internal use, not because they're a dangerous substance, but because they are just not something that will sit well with your stomach. So if you just look for that, that you'll know it's safe. I know Tannen mentioned that to be careful of hot oils ingested, but that doesn't mean those oils are not to be ingested. That just means you don't want to.
Yes.
So like oregano is a hot oil, but that's a great one to take internally. You just don't want to drop it on your tongue because it's really hot. So you'd put it in a veggie cap, or you would dilute it to be able to take it. I would put that in a veggie cap. Actually, I wouldn't dilute it even. I would definitely.
Yeah.
Capsule. But anyway, just that supplemental fact is your best bet, but you can also look up on the doTERRA website to see what the recommended use is, if it's internal, aromatic, or topical recommendation. And then you always have us as well as your resources that we're going to show you here in a little bit. So.
Yep, so those are the 3 ways to use it: topically, aromatically, and internally. Just make sure you're looking at those supplemental facts to make sure that you are using them correctly. And yeah, I would totally say explore how to use them and find the ways that you like to use them best.
Okay.
I have one thing to add really fast. I'm so sorry. I failed to mention a little safety thing. So if you ever get an oil in a sensitive place like your eyes, and it starts to burn, you use that fractionated coconut oil we talked to you about. So I always put it on a little cotton ball or something, or my finger or a rag, and just swipe it over my eye, and it will take that sting away just like that. And we suggest coconut oil when you dilute things topically, because it doesn't leave a greasy residue, but you can really use any oil. And you can get it from doTERRA, like we said, or it's just the liquid form of coconut oil. So that's why we suggest it the best. And it's great to have on hand just in case you ever get anything in your eyeballs. I've only ever done it once. You don't realize how much you touch your eyes until you have an oil on your finger. So I always use my ring finger when I put things on, just as another safety precaution, so I don't accidentally get it someplace I don't want it.
And wash your hands afterwards, but you definitely don't want to use water, because water intensifies oil, and which is great when you want to drive an oil in deeper. So say you have back pain or arthritis or some other kind of pain, you put that Deep Blue on, or the Copaiba, and then get in a hot shower and have that heat water go on it. It'll drive that oil in deeper. Or you can even put a moist heat source, or a moist cold pack. It could be cold or hot, to drive that into the area of pain. So that's actually a tip the opposite direction, right? And one more thing to say about the fractionated coconut oil, it also has a really long shelf life. So that's another reason why we recommend that. So if you're ever diluting like in a roller bottle, and we had someone that was asking about how are these oils safe for babies? Well, one of the best ways to use them for babies is to use them topically, obviously, for babies, and aromatically for babies, but you dilute them in, say, a little roller bottle about this size, right? This is our Breathe roller bottle. It's a 10 milliliter roller bottle. And this is when you buy roller bottles, either from doTERRA or on Amazon, this is the typical size. For a baby, you would dilute just 1 or 2 drops and then fill the rest with coconut oil. So when you're diluting like this, you can use other carrier oils, but if you use the fractionated coconut oil, your oil will not turn rancid. So you know how when you have cooking oil in your kitchen, and you have it's been there for too long, it gets that rancid yuck smell. Well, that's what you can end up doing when you make roller bottles if you're not using the coconut oil. So that's a really good reason to use the coconut oil, because it has a really long shelf life, as well as it's not greasing all the other things. But anyway, All right, so I'm actually going to stop sharing the screen for a minute. We want to give you guys just a second. Some of you guys have either used oils in the past, or you have gotten some samples that you've tested out. I would love to hear a couple of, just a few stories. The rules are they can't be more than 1 minute long. But go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a positive or a wow story that you are just dying to share. We'd love to hear some stories about how you've been using the samples you have and how you've been using oils in the past. Anybody?
I have a story. Well,
okay, go ahead. Thank you.
So when my kids were little and I was, getting into this stuff originally, they would get, fevers. They were just getting sick all the time. I don't know why, but they would get sick all the time. They would get fevers, and so I would just put drops of what was it? The eucalyptus and lemon on their spine. And then we just, anytime that anybody was sick, we just, it was like a fun little game that we played. I had roller bottles that had the Breathe and, what is the other one? The
On Guard.
Thank you, On Guard. And I would add the oregano to the On Guard. And I would just, because they were little babies, I would say, give me your little footsies. And they'd take off their socks and they'd stick their feet out at me, and I'd just roll it onto their feet, and then they'd put their socks back on and they'd go off and play. And, anytime they started feeling yucky, they would say, Mom, I need oils on my feet. They just pat her up to me, and yeah. And it got to be where they just knew where the oils were, and they would go get them and put them on themselves. So
that's so awesome. Thank you for sharing. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
So I get the privilege of rooming with Marion Watson, which I know a lot of you guys know. He's a good friend from home. I've always had trouble sleeping, but Marion has this diffuser in her room, and I feel like I have seen a noticeable difference of just how much less I wake up at night, which is nice.
Oh, that is so nice. Just from her being that extra person in the room.
Well, just the diffuser, it just makes a room, and I don't know, she does a lot of lavender and On Guard and peppermint. Those are like her main ones she uses, but
lavender is what I use to help me go to sleep. Actually, it's very calming and very soothing. So if it's lavender, then that's probably what's helping.
Probably. I like it.
Kelly, do you have a experience you would like to share?
Sure. I can share the one I shared with you.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Not too long ago. This is years ago, but can't remember how long ago. But I started having a sore throat one day, and I was putting tea tree on it, and by that night it was swelling so much. It was swelling inside my throat, especially on this one side. And I just kept putting tea tree all over my neck and gargling with it and doing whatever I could as often as I could. And during that night, I had a really bad night with it. It was so swollen I could hardly breathe. I had to have my mouth open, breathe through my mouth, and I had to sit up in bed and couldn't lay down. And it was kind of scary. And I just kept putting that tea tree on it. So because it was so bad, the next morning I had my husband take me to the doctor. But by that time, the swelling had actually started going down, and it was actually starting to swell on the outside of my neck now. So it was moving outward instead of inward. And when I got to the doctor's and he listened to, my description, and he looked at my throat, he said, well, you're really lucky because that swelling moving to the outside means it's resolving. And what it sounds like is an abscessed tonsil. And the only thing we can do for that is surgery.
Wow.
That was it. So because it was getting better, he just wrote me a prescription.
I love that. And I love that story. I like that story because it shows how it's not one or the other necessarily. You're using the oils to support your body's healing. And then you were able to get the medical attention you needed, but that was like a first response that you were able to actually help it. And avoid surgery, something more serious than you would normally do. I love that. Thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have a good experience that you want to share?
Marie, you have been oil Wonder Woman the last couple months. I want to hear what your favorite one is. Or at least one you use a lot.
You're muted. Let's see if we can unmute you.
I got it.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I like tea tree oil and citronella. And for some years, I don't want to do like too TMI, but I've had a toenail that's been kind of bugging me, and I'll go to the doctor and get some creams and take some pills, and it would, sort of get a little bit better, and then it normally just kind of would like flare back up to the point where it was like bugging me again. And so once Cedar gave me a call, and I ordered just kind of a variety package with a diffuser, and just started putting tea tree oil and citronella and lemon just directly on this nail, and it's cleared up in the last few months. It's still clearing because obviously the whole nail kind of has to grow out, but it's had a better effect than internal pills and these creams that I personally now think that these creams don't really have very much of whatever the medicinal ingredients is. So it's really nice to just have the oils and just put it directly on there. So.
Oh, I love that. And I love hearing that too, because it goes, goes right into what Cedar was saying, that sometimes they're more effective, because a lot of times the medication or like the creams or things that we get from doctors are not going to the root of the problem. They're just meant to help, alleviate some pain or alleviate some symptoms, but are not necessarily addressing what's causing it. And I think it sounds to me like the oils are helping it completely clear up, and that it may be something that you won't have to address again because it's completely healing and going through that. That's awesome. I love that our bodies recognize these oils as something they can work with. It's not foreign contaminants. It's not something that they don't, it's almost like our body recognizes the oil as food, something that it's familiar and knows how to work with. And it's giving our body what it needs and the support it needs to engage our amazing immune system and healing. So I really love that. Well, let's move on really quick. Let me go back to sharing our screen. And so we've talked about several different oils, but I want to actually talk about a few ways that you can have oils into your home. So there's a couple of ways that we recommend or that you can purchase oils. First, you can always buy oils retail. And we don't ever recommend buying oils retail because it's just simply the most expensive way to get them. And the only time I would ever do that is if I was at a chiropractor's office and he was offering something specific that I didn't have, or or at a spa or something like that. But typically, the second way is becoming a wholesale customer and having your own wholesale account. That is our number one way that we recommend that people buy essential oils, because it's super easy. It's just like having a Costco card. doTERRA offers wholesale memberships for a small fee. The annual membership is a first-time fee of $35, and then every year after that, the renewal is only $25, but they send you a free peppermint with your renewal. So it's basically like you're buying a peppermint oil every year, which has a million uses. So I feel like it's free after the first year. There's no minimums. You have access to great products at the best prices. You get 25% off of the retail price, which is a significant discount. And you can buy as little or as much as you want. Just like Costco, they don't care if you come in once a year or 10 times a year. You can come in as often and buy as little or as much as you want, and you always get that 25% off. But the third way is to buy wholesale products below, or to buy the products below wholesale. And this is actually how I buy my oils, and it's the smartest way. It is having a membership, like I said, that's what we recommend. But when you're first starting, one of the ways you can get a below wholesale price is when you get a kit. Buy your oil, or buy oils, your starter set in a starter kit, because it waives that $35 fee, and you get a steeper discount than the 35% off. And then doTERRA offers us a loyalty program that you can continue to buy below wholesale prices and even earn free products. And we can tell you more about that later on, but just know that that 25% is only the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more savings that you can take advantage of, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you know exactly how to get the best deal that you possibly can on the products that are going to serve you the most, that are going to address those specific needs that you're looking for a natural solution for. And that's what we're here to talk you through and help you to get your hands on. So you've learned tonight about the power of essential oils and how they work. We just want to make sure that you know that we're here to help you. Our goal isn't that you just have one bottle of tea tree for acne or deep blue for pain. Our goal really is to teach you how to have a natural lifestyle with having these products at your fingertips. So when things come up like pain or allergies or a cold or the flu, instead of reaching for medicine, you can reach for a natural solution and have the benefits instead of harmful side effects or addictions that come with, like we've talked about before. So doTERRA has put together kits that are cheaper than buying oils, like I said. And this is just one of the ways you can purchase below the wholesale. And if you add up all the costs of the oils in the kits I'm going to show you, it will always be cheaper to get them in this combination. The time before the time to have a natural solution is before you actually need it. I'm so thankful that with doTERRA's oils at your fingertips, you are actually going to be prepared to address about 80% of what comes up in your home without having to go to the doctor. And you don't want to be caught at midnight with a sick kid. You want to have those in your home so that you can go to and have the resources to know what to use. So I'm going to go over and talk about just a few of the kit options, and then we're going to talk about some of the products that we haven't been able to address in what we've gone over so far, because I know there's several. Cedar gave a list of things that several of you wanted more information about. So I'll make sure I try and touch on most of those. And if not, when we hit the Q&A, we'll address them then too, okay? So the first kit I want to show you is our Healthy Habits Kit. So you can see that this is savings is $110 below the wholesale price. And the reason I want to show you this, it's one of the best options if you really want to make progress with pain and inflammation, with mood, with energy, or with digestive health. So if you're dealing with any of those symptoms, this is a great kit for you to be on your radar. You get the Lifelong Vitality Pack, a small size of our top 5 oils: lavender, lemon, frankincense, On Guard, and Balance. So just to touch on these, we talked about lavender and lemon. And I'll touch on Guard also. So lavender, again, Swiss Army knife of oils. It's a great one to have for first aid to have on hand. It's great to have in your medicine cabinet as well as in your emergency preparedness. I don't know if we mentioned this, but the oils do not have a shelf life. The FDA requires us to put a expiration date, but they are not going to expire. Our citrus oils have best used within 10 years, but other than that, any of the oils, they don't have an expiration date. So it's amazing. It's something to put in your emergency preparedness. And lavender is a great first aid because it's great for allergies, burns, all those different things we mentioned. It's a natural antihistamine. Lemon is your natural detox, your gentle detox that keeps your organs healthy and working properly. It helps your kidneys stay functioning well, your liver detoxed. And then frankincense is one we haven't mentioned, but it is the king of oils. It's the oil that, it's one of the oils that can cross the blood-brain barrier. So anyone that's dealing with depression or anxiety, or any more severe things such as any more severe things like, say, cancer or degenerative ailments or health concerns, frankincense can support your body at a cellular level. It actually is an amazingly intelligent oil that stimulates the growth of new cells. So anything that's attacking your cells, it actually helps your body to go through a healthy apoptosis. So that is the taking the I'm not saying it right. A healthy apoptosis is the healthy death of bad cells, like a cell that's dying or sick in your body, and helping it to die and be flushed out of your body. Frankincense is an oil that actually helps with that process. And in addition to that, it helps stimulate the growth of new cells. So anything that's attacking you on that cellular level or is degenerative, frankincense is something you're going to want to have in your back pocket. Thyroid issues, frankincense is one of the first things recommended for thyroid. Fibromyalgia, like I said, depression or anxiety. It's really amazing for skin issues also. So that's just one of those that it happens to be one that I take under my tongue every single day. I call it my cellular support, or I shouldn't say this, my anti-cancer insurance, but that's what I take it for. Anyway, so this one, and that comes in this kit. You also have your On Guard, which is your immune boosting support, and Balance, which is great for anxiety. That's our grounding blend. It's great for relaxation. It's great for calming and helping you to regain composure when you're feeling anxious. And so this is a great kit with those things, but it also comes with our amazing Deep Blue Rub for any aches and pains and soreness, and the basics to help you achieve optimal gut health. So I have to pause here when it comes to talking about the kits and mention our Lifelong Vitality supplements. So because oils are amazing, but when there is nutrition in our bodies and the oils have that to work with, then they're even more incredible. And what I mean by that is when you have a certain baseline of health in your body, when you take an oil for a certain health condition, then the oil can really go to work and target that specific health condition. But if your baseline is really low, like if you're not getting the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients that your body needs to just have a baseline of health, then the oils will go and your body will use it up to try and bring that baseline up. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's an analogy that is clicking, but when you have that nutritional foundation, everything is more effective. Everything will have better results. And even when we're really food conscious and eat really organically, it's extremely difficult to consume enough good food on a daily basis to get all the required minerals and vitamins that our bodies need. So I want to point this out because, like I said, nutrition is the body's first line of defense. According to the Environmental Working Group, 95% of us adults are deficient in vitamin D, or 94% are deficient in vitamin E, 61% are deficient in magnesium. And without these crucial vitamins, minerals, trace minerals that our body needs to function properly, our immune system is going to be greatly weakened and compromised. In fact, poor nutrition is the #1 cause of poor health. And that seems like duh, but sometimes we don't take that into consideration. There's just 3 cool things about doTERRA's supplements that can be you know, an alternative to kind of fill in those gaps. But I do have to say, these supplements that are found in our Healthy Habits Kit are doTERRA's #1 product. They are so confident in the effectiveness and how these contribute to people's health and well-being that they give you a full 30-day money-back guarantee. You can try these out for a full month, and if you don't feel more happier, have more energy, have less pain and reduced inflammation, then you can return the empty bottles and get your money back. I personally have never processed a return for these because people love the results. One of my first results I noticed immediately was energy. Energy within just a few days makes a difference. And in fact, now that I've been on them for a year, more than a year now, when I don't take them, I will feel those dips in energy and I'll be like, oh, I forgot to take my Lifelong Vitality today, or I haven't taken my second, you know, because you take them twice a day. And I feel that, and it's pretty immediately. And then my husband jokingly says, when I take it, I'm much less reactive. I don't think he's really joking, but he says it with a smile. Anyway, but so there's 3 really unique special things that Jim wants you to know. One is there's no synthetic ingredients. There's no ingredients that are man-made to imitate natural products. For example, a lot of vitamins that you buy at the store contain folic acid, which is not actually something that is found in nature. There is now a lot of research out there about how folic acid actually is harmful, while folate is what's found in Lifelong Vitality, and it's the natural form and is essential to our body. So every single ingredient is the natural, you know, found in nature. So if it says that it has kale powder in it, it actually has kale powder in it. It's not a synthetic version. And all of the ingredients are bioavailable to our body, which means that our body is able to actually absorb them when they're introduced and actually take effect. A lot of times we take vitamins and we end up with just really expensive urine that's strange colored and smells weird. That means your body is not absorbing it, it's just going right through you. That is not the case with Lifelong Vitality. Your body is able to recognize and use every single thing in it. And everything in it is at therapeutic levels of ingredients, which means that everything on the label has enough to included to create a change in the body. There's no fairy dusting of ingredients. Now, this is a problem in multivitamins just across the board. You'll see multivitamins with huge long labels, and that's meant to impress. It's meant to make it look like you're getting a million things when every ingredient on there is not necessarily at a level that even makes a difference, or there's trace to none of the ingredients in the bottle. So I make that, I take a kind of a detour here because I just want you to know, if you're dealing with any of, you know, just any of the pain, the emotional issues, or energy issues, this is definitely one to take notice of and to really look into taking that 30-day challenge of trying Lifelong Vitality to reduce those things and help the oils be even more effective in your health concerns. So this is that Healthy Habits Kit. The next one, the kit to take note of, is our Healthy Essentials Kit. This kit is perfect place to begin if you're just starting with your oil collection. In this kit, you'll get the full 15 milliliter bottles of our 10 most popular oils, and that's an amazing gift even of itself. We usually have another a kit that's not available right this minute. It's called the Healthy Start Kit, and it comes with the 5 milliliter oils this size, and not this size, that are smaller than this. And this kit is 3 times the amount of oils and is less than twice the price. So it's a really great value. It also includes our 12-hour diffuser, so you'll be able to get started enjoying aromatic benefits by diffusing throughout your home. And whether you're looking to address sleep or digestion, pain, immune boosting, detox, general first aid, or mental health, this kit has you covered. We've talked about almost everything on here except for our Breathe and our Adaptive. Adaptive is the oil that's specifically designed for anxiety. So anyone who has Anxiety Adaptive is one you're going to want on, you put it on your wish list or to get test out. And Breathe is a great one for everyone to have in your homes right this minute. It's the one that opens your airways. I was working with one of the people that we work with, our partner, one of our doTERRA partners. She told me a story just today. Her cousin is been hospitalized with COVID right now, and she called him and was checking on him to see how he was doing. And her little girl goes, "We got to get him oils." And she laughed because she knew she couldn't come to the hospital. And she told him, "Oh, my daughter wishes we could bring you oils." And he said, "You can actually just drop him off the hospital and bring him." He had been there for several days, feeling like he was getting better, but he could not get his oxygen above, I think she said 84, which I'm not actually sure what that means, but he needed his oxygen higher, and before they would release him. And he was feeling really anxious and concerned because he could not get out of the hospital. And so she went ahead and did that. She took Breathe to him and told him to put it on his chest and his neck and to breathe it in aromatically by cupping his nose, putting it on his hand and cupping his nose. And within 3 hours, his using that and putting it on his chest, his oxygen went up to 96, and they were able to release him that day that she brought him. So that just happened yesterday, and she was so ecstatic, and he just called her in tears, telling her thank you so much for having that and bringing that to him and being brave enough to share that with him, because it made such a huge difference. So that's one of those things that's in this kit. It's a great kit to start your essential oil collection. This is what we call our customizable kit, and I'm going to skim through these other ones just really quickly. Those first two are the ones that I generally recommend the most. This one I recommend because it's customizable. This is the lowest price point. It's perfect for those who want to start with a kit in order to receive the free membership, because remember, all these kits come with a free membership, but it has products that are below the wholesale. But you can also have the freedom with this price point to kind of cherry pick and more personalized items. So you can get started with the very basic, the Deep Blue Rub for pain, the On Guard for immune boosting, Lemon for detox, and Serenity for sleep and relaxation. So if anybody's having sleep issues, Serenity is one to keep on your radar. And then you can add any individual products that are on your wish list for specific needs that you are looking for a solution for. This is, if you're wanting to reduce your toxic load or make your home a safe haven, the Healthy Home Kit is a great choice. You've got 10 of your most important oils, most of which we've already talked about. And it also has the On Guard toothpaste and mouthwash and hand sanitizer, all with our On Guard oil in them. So they're great things to have for immune boosting and antibacterial, all that kind of stuff. And then our great shampoo and conditioner, which I am in love with this shampoo anyway, and a diffuser, and it saves you $125 below the wholesale cost. And then finally, if you're really serious about just making a lifestyle shift and getting results, this is a great starting point. It has almost everything you need to replace your entire medicine cabinet. You'll get our top 13 oils to be prepared for almost anything. Most of our non-toxic lifestyle products and On Guard products, the Lifelong Vitality Kit pack, which is the vitamins, and our best diffuser and everything you need for gut health. And when we were talking about the Healthy Homes or the Healthy Habits Kit, I didn't even mention the gut health. So this comes with our Terrazyme and our PB Assist. Terrazyme is the food enzyme that helps your body break down food that you intake so your body can absorb it, and the PB Assist helps you to digest it. This is by far your biggest savings. So no matter what you are working on, we can help you identify and give you recommendations as to what's going to be the best thing to address your health concerns. When we talk with you one-on-one, I just want you to know that if we feel like we have something that can help you, you can trust us to let you know what it is. And if we don't think this is the right thing for what you're dealing with, you can trust us to let you know that also. So we do have some perks though I wanted to tell you about. First off, if you enroll with any of those kits that I just shared with you, or the customized kit where you added a few items, you could earn, and if you do this in the next 4 days, you can earn a free Breathe Touch. Now this is in a roller bottle that's perfect for that application on your chest and neck. This is perfect to have in your arsenal in your home. So if anybody has any respiratory issues come up or viruses, this is the perfect thing to have on hand. And you get this for absolutely free if you work with and talk to the person who invited you or that you're working with, and have your little one-on-one where they can give you recommendations. And in the next few days, then you're eligible to get this for free. You also are eligible to earn the Essential Life book. So some of you guys might be thinking, oh my gosh, this would be so amazing, but how on earth am I gonna know what to use? Well, this is what we recommend. It is an incredibly comprehensive reference book of how to use doTERRA's essential oils. And not only can you earn this for free, but we will actually coach you one-on-one and show you how to use this so that you will feel really confident in understanding how to use it, how to look up ailments, and we'll walk you through this one-on-one. So don't feel intimidated or overwhelmed. Feel really comfortable that you will have all the tools that you need to be able to effectively use the oils, any oils that you have on hand and in your home. And what's another amazing thing is just this month, if you place any 200 PV order, so whether you're brand new or maybe you're joining us and to learn a little bit more and you already have a doTERRA account, if you place a 200 PV order in October, so that could be a new order or a loyalty order or any kind of order, you get these 4 products for free. This is amazing. This is a huge freebie in doTERRA. So all of those things you can get for free. You get the digestive soft gels, the peppermint full 15 milliliter. You get, let's see, I can't see my slide. Oh, Calmer and Tamer. So Calmer is like kid Serenity, and Tamer is the baby kid like digestion for their stomachs. I know Cedar uses it on her baby all the time. But you can use these as adults too, but they're great, amazing for kid blends. So if you decide that the right thing for you is to enroll, what you can expect from us, no matter if you start with a kit or you simply get a wholesale membership and pick a few products to start with, number one, we'll give you a welcome packet with everything you need to get started using your oils. Number two, will get a personal coaching meeting with us to learn how to use your products and the resources to set up a daily wellness plan. You'll have access to our amazing continuing education course classes. In fact, we have 8 of them that you can be a part of. And if you get through all of 8 of them, then we actually give you a graduation gift. You'll also get ongoing support in a community where we can help you every step of the way through your wellness journey. So right now, you should be getting a text from the person who invited you to give you a link to a survey. So this survey, we're going to wrap things up. We just need you to fill out that survey and set up a time to talk one-on-one in the next couple of days. Our goal is to serve each one of you one-on-one by helping you with personalized recommendations and suggestions. We want to help you take the next right step for you, and that step could be maybe some more education, it could be trying a sample, it could be being part of our study, but others might be ready to purchase and know that you already have some things that you'd like to try. Our goal is to support you and help you find the answers that will serve you and your family best. We can do this best by really diving into your story and understanding what your biggest concerns are and where you want to be instead. So we can take, if you'll just take the next couple of minutes and fill that survey out, we'll actually do a drawing for, Cedar, do you have what we're gonna be giving away? Or do you want me to do that?
Yes, I have them. Yes, I do. So our very first one, we are going to do an Aroma Touch sample. So Aroma Touch is not one we commented on, but it's one of my favorites for neck tension. Just really great to be able to release that stress of the day. If anyone sits at desks, I know we're all on Zoom, right? So we have lots of that tension. So Aroma Touch is the first one.
And it's also a great one if you are dealing with fibromyalgia. Aroma Touch is one of the top 5 to use for that too. So, okay, so we're going to be.
I use Aroma Touch also for headaches. Headaches is what that's my go-to oil.
Awesome. So in the survey, you're going to tell us what your top health concerns are. Some common ones that you might be dealing with are anxiety, allergies, depression, pain, arthritis, acid reflux, digestive issues, sleep, snoring, just to name a few. Let's see, I want to make sure that I have everything on that. Okay, so just go ahead and fill that out. And we're really at the end of we're here at the end of the class. So we just want, before we end, I just want to share with you the reason that we take time to teach. Cedar, actually, I'm going to let you give your reasons for why you teach. Is that okay? Or do you want?
Yes. No, yeah, I can say. So the reason I teach is, so my cousin, he's just a year older than I am. And when he was in high school, he played soccer. Shush, are you trying to tell him why you like oils? So when he was in high school, he played soccer and had some injuries, and just took ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol, all those sorts of, to manage his pain so much that his body built up an intolerance towards them. And he got sick once. And if you ask him to this day, he says he thought he was going to die. He's never felt so terrible in his entire life. And they took him to the doctor. It happened to be a virus. So, like we all know, they couldn't give him anything. And their only suggestions were ibuprofen or Tylenol or Advil, and the things that his body literally could not handle. It just make him sick, more sick to take them. So they told him to go home and rest. And I remember my aunt being so scared. I know he was a teenager. He was big, he wasn't little or anything, but she was so scared, and he was too. There was nothing they could do to break his fever, to help him keep food down, nothing. He just was deathly ill. And my aunt, who originally introduced me to oils, she came and brought her bag of oils and gave him a massage, basically put a whole bunch up and down his spine. And he says that was a turning point. Within just a couple minutes, he was able to start feeling a little better. His fever finally broke. He was able to rest and sleep and get his headache, and all those things. It wasn't magical, he wasn't cured in 2 seconds, but it was the oils that helped his body get under control enough that he could feel like he was going to be okay and eat some food and drink some water and keep food down and all that stuff and be able to actually rest and heal. And so I'm a new mama, and there are really some scary things about being in charge of a little person. They don't come with very good instruction manuals, huh? But I have so much mom peace, that's what I call it, like I said, about having oils that when something happens, I have something on hand. I don't have to wait. And I don't have to exactly know what it is either. I'm not hurting her if I put a little bit of oil on her tummy because I think she has an upset stomach. That's not going to hurt her. It really isn't. There's nothing bad that's harmful about that. I'm doing it in a safe way, and I can experiment, and I have things on hand. And so I don't want anyone, whether they're a mama or on their own or have a husband or a family, or just being able to take care of themselves and have the answers they need when they need them. That is so important to me. And there's no reason people need to be living with pain when there might be a solution within these oils and they just didn't know about it. So that is the reason I love to share oils. And it is really one of my huge passions right now is to spread that information as far and as wide as I can.
I can't say anything, but I second everything you said. Mom Peace has been my motivation always too. It's been such a blessing in our home and our family, and I love giving that to other people. There are typically three types of people who come to these classes. First type of person is just excited to live a natural lifestyle, and when they learn about essential oils, they can't wait to get their hands on products to use with their family and in their homes. And we support these types of people, if you're one of them, by providing with free essential oil education. Like we told you, we'll support you every step of the way with classes, coaching, and resources, so you know exactly how to use your oils. We never want anybody to get any products and not know how to use them and have it be a waste. We really want these to bless your lives. The second type of person might be sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, my mom could use these oils for her arthritis, or my friend has got to learn about this. It would help her so much with her anxiety, or, you know, whatever it is. If you're one of those people, we want to that want to share what you love. doTERRA and us, we work together to support you through helping you take advantage of a generous bonus system. doTERRA rewards people who share products. As you share consistently over time, you can actually have the oils you purchase paid for each month. And we call this free natural health care, like Cedar was saying, right? Because as you share with a few other people, doTERRA pays you, and that you use that to pay for your oils. We call this, well, oh, wait, I said that, sorry. We call it free natural health care. And there's thousands of people all over the world who are currently taking advantage of that. If you're somebody who wants to share, we would love to treat you to a free keychain. So like Cedar's been talking about, having this on hand so you always have your oils with you. Well, if you decide you would like to be a host and invite a few people, then we will give you a keychain, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll take care of the people that you invite and help and serve them and help them find the solutions they need. Simply let us know if you're interested when you fill out the survey, and we'll help you to know where to get started. The third type of person is been watching this and thinking it would be really fun to do what we do and to educate and help and serve other people. doTERRA rewards these type of people through an incredibly generous compensation plan. And as you educate others about the power of essential oils, you can actually earn enough money to supplement your income and even replace it. You can actually become financially free. And if you're this type of person, you also should let us know on the survey, and we'll help you get started. So let's look at the survey now, and we'll pick a winner from those who have filled out the survey. I'm sorry, let me pull it up. Do you have it pulled up, Cedar?
Yeah, I do. So let's pick a number between 1 and 8.
Okay, so I'll go with 6.
6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Stacy, congratulations. You get the Aroma Touch.
Congratulations, Stacy. So this is our official end of our class. We have gone 23 minutes over, but I apologize for that. Thank you for sticking around with this. I love to hear people's stories, so I'm so glad we took the time to hear the stories that you guys had to share. I do have one more thing to share. If any of you want to stick around for another, literally 10 minutes, we'll be done by, let's say 7 minutes. We'll be done by 8:30. Okay, I'll go through it really quick. Just kind of talking, if you're one of those people who want to hear a little bit more about what it looks like to do what we do, to be of service and share doTERRA essential oils with others and teach them how to use it, stick around, and I'll tell you just a little bit more about it. We'll do it for 7 minutes, and we'll do one more drawing at the end, and we'll do it for a flume roller or flute roller bottle, and that I'll give away, Cedar. This is our intense immune support, and this is what we put on our feet every single day to help support ourselves right now with keeping our immune system strong and resisting all of the craziness that's going on around us. So I'll be sending one of those to someone who sticks around to the end. If you have to run, don't feel bad. We are so thankful you're here, and we'll be in touch. Cedar will be in touch. I'll be in touch. Tannen will be in touch, and be setting up those times to talk to you one-on-one and offer your individualized recommendations and coaching. All right, so make sure to set that appointment up. But now I want to kind of tell you about a story. So I'm so glad you decided to, if those of you who decided to stick around for just a few more minutes, we'll be doing like I said, we'll be doing a drawing in a minute, but I want to tell you the story first about a man who hauled water for a living in buckets. So he lived in a village that was very far from his water source. And every day he would walk from his village to the water source and carry water in buckets, haul buckets back to his village, where he would sell the water to the local villagers. And if he wanted to make more money, he could work longer hours and carry more buckets. Well, after many years, he did grow tired. Whoops, my think it's going crazy. After several years, he did grow tired, and he decided he wanted a different lifestyle. He was sick of doing this hauling buckets of water all day. So he had some inspiration one day and decided, he thought if he used his extra time to build a pipeline from the water source to his village, then he could eventually stop hauling those buckets. So he labored diligently for a couple of years and built this pipeline. And it stretched all the way from the water source to his village. And the day he turned on that spigot, everything changed. He no longer had to haul buckets for a living. He successfully created an unlimited supply of water, improving the lifestyles of all of the villagers and himself. And he created basically a residual income because he had that water flowing without him putting the time every day into going and getting it. And he was still able to sell the water to the villagers. And they actually were able to have more abundant amount of water at a more economical price. He was basically set free by creating this pipeline. Many of us also spend our lives trading our hours for dollars and lack fulfillment and a sense of purpose in our jobs. And with doTERRA, anybody can choose to create a better health. They can create more time with their family. They can create financial freedom through sharing essential oils and by building a residual income, just like that pipeline that this man built. And you wonder, why doTERRA? First of all, doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world. We are currently blessing people in over 120 countries. So if you have friends and family in other countries, it is most likely that you would be able to share oils with them. We have the most tested, most trusted oils on the market. doTERRA's mission is to get the best, the highest quality essential oils, and to help the most, right? On top of millions of people whose lives are being changed with these oils, they're being recommended by doctors and hospitals all over the world. doTERRA has partnerships with Huntsman Cancer Center, with IHC, with St. Elizabeth's Research Hospital, just to name a few. Because oils work so well, our retention rate is almost 5 times the industry average. So when in a business, if you're building a business or if you're sharing with people, that is a game changer. Typical direct selling companies lead with business opportunities, and because their product isn't their focus actually. But doTERRA is different. When people are no longer interested in the business side of those other companies, they don't buy the product anymore. That's not what happens in doTERRA. We lead with powerful products that change lives. So people purchase the products no matter if they're interested in the business or not. In fact, 85% of the people that join doTERRA don't sell doTERRA, don't share doTERRA, except with just their friends, because you can't help but tell people about things that will help them. And it has nothing to do with business. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to join doTERRA, well, don't worry. doTERRA is like Costco, right? You don't have to go work at Costco to go to Costco. So the vast majority of doTERRA's products are exclusive and unique. We are led by an executive team with over 150 combined years of experience. And doTERRA doesn't go into countries and build factories and take over resources. They partner directly with the farmers. It's one of the things that means the most to me and how doTERRA creates economic opportunities all over the world in developing nations. They give back to disadvantaged communities through water systems, schools, health clinics, hospitals. They pay growers fairly, and they teach them how to preserve the agriculture for sustainable sourcing. This is what we call co-impact sourcing. So if you ever hear that term, this is what it means. It means everyone benefits on both sides of the bottle, from the growers all the way to consumers. And that is truly something exciting to be a part of. I've got 1 minute to wrap this up. So if you're wondering how you could be a part of it, this is how you make money with doTERRA. You sample people, give people solutions, teach them how to use it, help them to enroll and get the products that they need into their hands and into their home, and then support them in knowing and learning how to use it so that they know none of their money goes to waste. There is incredible compensation possibilities, and if you're interested in going to this in more detail, we would love to share this with you. If you want to get your oils paid for, it could take you just maybe a couple hours a week. If you really want to supplement your income, you might be looking at 5 to 15 hours a week. Or if you're wanting to really make an impact in your finances as well as in the world, looking at a part-time job that with life-changing financial resource, not the right word. My tongue is tied. Financial, just kind of life-changing amounts, right? You would look at this 15 to 30 hours a week. And if you are wondering, is this really something I could do? Well, if you care about oils, or if you love people, or can follow a system to get things done, then this is the right one for you. And we can help you to know exactly how to take the next step. So the only thing keeping you from what you want is a story of why you can't have it. So we're going to do that giveaway. Thank you for sticking around, and we can give you more information. And let's see, who do we still have with us, Cedar? All right, so pick a number between 1 and 6.
Let's do 3.
All right, so that's Marcy Sorensen. Congratulations, Marcy, for sticking around, and for everybody else who stuck around for a little bit more information. We just really appreciate you all. And we actually have another group coming in to use our Zoom room. So we're going to tell you guys thank you, and we'll answer all your individual questions in our one-on-ones. So unless somebody has something desperately that they want to quickly, or we missed something in the chat, we'll say good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.